tuning into this episode of MIO Life. I'm your host, Jen Fox, and today we have a special guest. Josephine is a new mom, and today she's going to share with us what fitness tool got her back into shape and made her lose all that baby weight. This tool was called the MIO Motiva Strapless Heart Rate Monitor Watch.
Thank you, Jen. I'm so excited to be here on the show today. This is the MIO Motiva Heart Rate Watch, which I'm going to demonstrate with your help.
For those of you following at home, inside of your box comes a user guide, but if you've misplaced it, go on miowatch.com and you can download one there. Before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about what this watch is used for?
The MIO Motiva watch is great for fitness enthusiasts who want to maximize their workout with on-demand ECG accurate heart rate without the chest strap. This is as accurate as getting your heart rate at the doctor's. This is the ultimate fitness tool for anyone with lifestyle, weight loss, or weight gain goals. This watch is great for weight management. You set your calorie targets daily, and then you track your calorie intake and your calories burned during exercise, and you compare them to the target.
Wow, it sounds like the ultimate weight management tool right on your wrist. Let's get started.
If your watch comes with a black security tag, you can cut it off before we begin. If your MIO has a blank face when you receive it, hold the start button to wake up your MIO watch. Press plus or minus to toggle the clock format and push set to select. Next, you will set the hour by pressing the plus or minus buttons and use set to select. Repeat this for minutes, seconds, and the date.
Okay, now that the time's set up, what's next?
Next, we customize your MIO watch with your personal message, weight, gender, and birth year. The My MIO screen will blink, allowing you to write a 6-character message such as your name. Press set to move on to the next character. Next, weight will appear. Use the plus or minus button to toggle between kilograms and pounds, and press set to confirm. Then use the plus or minus buttons to increase or decrease the weight accordingly. Repeat this process for your gender and birth year as well. The next screen is activity level toggle between either high, moderate, or low. If you have a desk job and drive to work, you would be considered low, and high would be if your job entailed physical labor. The next item to be set is the amount of weight that you wish to lose per week. The healthy maximum for weight loss is 2 pounds a week. To indicate weight loss, make sure the amount that you select is negative. The next screen will show a 4-digit number. This represents your daily net calorie target based on your personal settings.
Now that we have our watch personalized, what's the next step?
Before we do anything else, I want to show you how to take your heart rate. So you just need to press down on the sensors and hold until the watch beeps, and then the heart rate appears. How are you doing?
It says 82 and 41%. What exactly does that mean?
Good question. 82 is your heart rate, that's the big number, and the small number is the percentage of your maximum heart rate. Have you ever heard of training zones?
I have, but tell us a little bit more.
For instance, if you want to improve your heart health, you need to get your heart rate over 60%. If you want to burn fat, you need to get it over 70%. And if you want to lose baby weight, or for an all-out cardio training, you need to get it over 80%. There are a couple of other features that I wanted to show you today, including the daily alarm. Press mode to get the alarm screen and set the time just like you did when we set the date. Once confirmed, press the set button again to turn the alarm on or off. You will see the bell icon appear. The next step is to program your resting heart rate.
Josephine, could you go over a little bit about what a resting heart rate is?
When you're not doing any physical activity, it's the rate at which your heart is at. It is most accurate if you take it when you're waking up in the morning, without the alarm that we just set. Press mode 5 times until you reach the resting heart rate, then take your heart rate by placing your 2 fingers on the sensors and pressing for 4 to 7 seconds. It typically should be around 70. The lower, the healthier you are. Although this is the best indicator, Motiva actually has a built-in fitness test that measures this. We'll talk about this test a little later. Next, let's look at the exercise timers. You will need to set the exercise timers in order to calculate your calories burned during your workout. On the MIO Motiva, there are 5 different settings for exercise timers. The first timer counts up from 0 and is most suited for a walker who has a time limit. The second timer is to be programmed for a certain time, and then it counts down to 0 and stops. This is also suitable for someone who is walking with a time limit. The third timer is programmable for whatever time would work for you. It will then count down to 0 and then start to count up again until stopped. This timer is most suited for joggers or runners who wish to have a warm-up timer. The fourth timer is suitable for training. It is a walk-run program that can be programmed to suit your needs and is designed to be adjusted to do repetitions. The last timer is also suitable for training. It counts down to 0 and then repeats. Press and hold set to choose which timer is most suitable for your exercise. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to choose number 5, which is for training. Go to the exercise timer mode, press set until you reach the mode that says TMR REP, then press set again to confirm. Use the plus or minus buttons to adjust the hours, minutes, and seconds. Then use the same buttons to adjust the number of cycles or repetitions, and press set to confirm. To start the timer, press start. After the timer has reached 0, it will go through again.
So when we're using the timers, is it calculating the amount of calories that you've burned during the exercise?
Sure thing.
Do they accumulate?
Yes, they do. They add up until you get to 3,500 calories.
So how do you view the calories that we've burned during the exercise?
Each time you take your heart rate, your calorie burn will appear. MIO will automatically deduct the calories burned from the 3,500 calories. It's very important to take your heart rate as often as possible. A good rule of thumb is to take it whenever you feel your heart rate is changing or if you change your exertion level. Next, we're going to look at how to test your heart rate recovery.
What exactly is a heart rate recovery?
It is a measure of your heart health and your cardiovascular fitness health. The way that it's measured is you take your heart rate once as you're finishing working out, and then you take it again 1 minute later. The faster your heart is able to recover, the better your heart rate recovery rate. Right after you have finished your workout, go to the heart rate recovery screen, take your heart rate in this screen, and it will tell you a rating from poor to superb. It will then count down 1 minute, beeping the last 10 seconds, prompting you to take your heart rate again. It will then tell you your low heart rate. Now on to the weight management part, which is my favorite part. If you remember earlier, we set our calorie target based on our weight loss or weight gain goals. To achieve my weight loss goal of 1 pound per week, MIO recommends that I have a calorie target of 1,500. So this means that after all the calories that I intake and the calories that I burn, my net calorie position is 1,500. And on the watch, that would show up as the net calories.
So do I have to enter in meal by meal, or can I just enter a whole amount per day?
You enter in every time you eat something. You go to the net screen, hold set until you get to the meal screen, and then you can enter the calories eaten. And don't forget to clear your calories at the end of each day. To do that, you go to the net screen and you hold it until it says reset.
Wow, this watch has so many features.
Yes, it does. It may seem slightly overwhelming at first, but after the initial setup and once you play around with it for a little bit, it's very easy to use and you won't be able to live without it. After I had my baby, I had an extra 15 pounds to lose, and it was so hard to find time to work out with a newborn. My MIO really helped with that because it allowed me to really track my calorie intake and my calorie burn effectively. It's also really handy because you can carry it around in your purse. I feel great. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life.
Well, you look amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your secret to weight management with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of MIO Life. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more health and fitness tips, and tune in next time for more how-to guides, health tips, and inspiration.